Hi guys, so I'm at Newtown Mount Kennedy and we're at the Texaco station, which you can see here. So this would have been probably, you know, a farmer's field back in the day with a wetland in the area here. There's a highway at the back here. There's the highway going into Newtown Kennedy here, and this large area here was converted over. In the meantime, you have the large pylons here which go through, so you can't build houses under that. You can't do, there's many things that are restricted in the pylons. So what's the best use of the land here? It's to turn it into another mini nature reserve, right? So Newtown Mount Kennedy can 100% go in here with low-lying shrubland species and plant either side of the wires with your low-lying species. Leave the center as managed grassland. So you're going to have loads of different species come up in the grassland sward that are really beneficial to insects, to birds, to butterflies. So this is amazing for the corncrake. You can plant some cornweed in here. You're going to have the corncrake living in here. But like, birding isn't my area, but I know there's a lot of birds that live in certain grasslands. So please understand my ignorance, it's not my area. My area is just in biodiversity rehabilitation on a large scale and how we reuse our land for nature. So the best use of this land is for nature, and that sensitively you deal with these wires. Anytime something needs to be done here, you have a road that comes in on this section here, and that's their entrance point for that. They don't drive through this area to get to it, they drive off the road to get to that point. And I think the other one is actually outside of here. So the only electrical area that ESB needs to get into is this point here. So that should have an access off the road with the least impact on the land. It should be remain fenced off, so the fencing's already in, and maybe a small section could be for the public, but in general it's a park for low-lying birds that live in grasslands, for insect species, for delicate type of flower systems. But you can already see the beginning of the trees coming back. So the first colonizers, as you can see, are beech. Really successful. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So for a 10-meter squared space, we have a lot of beech. But you have a non-native species, which is the Budulia here. That should be taken out because it will take over. Here you have your alder tree, or is that a poplar? Looks like a poplar tree. But the place I'm really interested in is over here. Look, so you have this amazing wetland here. There's different types of birds living in there. You'd have frogs, newts, loads of different types of insects. You probably have rabbits living nearby as well, and some fox. You have your willow trees all naturally traveling through, your alder trees as well. And then you have your gorse and your firs over here. So foxgloves are over there in the corner. Your elder trees coming out. So everything that should be here is here, you know. And you're going to get unusual species here because there's a lot of rock, so you get a lot of dry flower groups here, and then you have your wetland there. So it's a real mixture of things. So this is the uses at the moment. As you can see, people have just dumped here when they were building. That should all be taken out, of course, but to be positive, I want to focus on that. Look at there. That's a beautiful pond system taking care of itself. You know, we're not doing anything. Let nature do its own thing. We should intervene on the Budulia. It will take over. Don't let that in. But these are the things we need to do. So I will share this with some people I know that are in Newtown Mount Kennedy and see what they can arrange. You partner with, you look at the people invested. You partner with ESB. You partner with the landowner. And this is permanently given over to nature. There's no reason to not do that because you can't build on it. So the best thing we can do is manage this for nature. And park rangers for Wicklow. You have biodiversity officers, but really what we need is park rangers. So we need probably 4 park rangers for Wicklow, employed full-time, and this is what they manage. They look after this. Look at what's happening in Northern Ireland and in the UK. 1,000 park rangers recommended by National Parks and Wildlife in the UK. We are miles behind on this stuff, and Malcolm Noonan's office needs all the help it can get in transforming this. But in the meantime, that office and the government and the council needs to allow the activation of the power of the people to start taking care of nature on a large scale, doing mass planting across our county, in our uplands, in the Sugarloaf, in numerous areas where we've non-native species. We need to get in there and get planting. So the government needs to come up with ways of getting people up there en masse with the national parks and with local rangers, and planting on a large scale, on planting weekends, you know, in October, November, and taking care of our large scale meadows. Fate Wilson recently recommended in the report on Greystones that the council should purchase a meadow grassland cutter that's permanent for the county, going around cutting and collecting the grass, and we should have places where this grass can be deposited and used as a compost, so there's something positive in the cuttings that are used. Anyway, there it is. Look at the beautiful yellow out there. So I'm putting this challenge out to the people in Newtown Mount Kennedy to turn this into a little nature reserve, this whole area here, and yeah, make it happen. You know, it's not difficult. You've got great people here. Paul Kavanagh, I know, is involved in landscaping and tree planting, so you can get all your trees put in here. That should be, this area here should be a mini wood. Look, it's far enough away from the wires, it would have no reason to be cut, so this all could be woodland here. But in the area under the wire, as I mentioned, you don't plant anything, you keep it as grass sward, and then nothing happens it, you know, it's kept that way. Anyway, thanks guys, bye. Industry, nature, they can be side by side. We just gotta release the energy people have like me and get this stuff done. Okay, bye, see you.